Feeling. Hi everyone. When I was reading your essay, my wife and my mother look at your handwriting and say, "Oh my God, it's so cursive. It's so nice. Really, really. Yes, yes. Very cursive, very British handwriting." You don't believe us? 信吗？等一下你看哦。OK，我给你看，拭目以待。Anyway, are you canoeing club? Serious? Yeah, in canoeing club? Oh, my favorite sport, man, kayaking, right? Oh yeah, high five, high five. I also kayaking. I love high five. Yes. Oh, I love sea sport. As long as water sport, I love every damn sea sport, especially surfing. Especially surfing. I love surfing a lot. Not the mahjong surfing. Okay, guys. Let's go through to today's lesson here. You see this one here on the 13th. That's today, yeah. All right. So this Friday, I think y'all cannot, right? Because this Friday afternoon, y'all got exam, correct? No? Right, Fei Ling? You got history or geography?
I don't have.
How come?
I don't take history and geog.
They take what?
Music and lit.
Wow, you are 文武双全 music. Ought to join, is it? Beethoven. Oh my God. Mozart, Trotsky. Well, I also love music. I play trombone in my secondary school and I compose songs. I got a lot of songwriter, including my friend who is also a songwriter, singer. Oh, okay. Wow. Are you the only child? No, right? Feeling. Okay. Oh, so this Friday you don't have. So sorry, Xinran, this Friday got exam, so we cannot do on Friday already. 对不起 So we will change it to back to Saturday. But Saturday, is it okay to do 10:30? Xinran, is it okay to do 10:30?
Friday.
No, Saturday.
Saturday. Yeah.
Okay, morning 10:30 to 12:30, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so 10:30 to 12:30 this Saturday. And then Monday, we'll see how it goes. The following Monday, then we'll talk about it this Saturday. This one, we keep it that way. Okay, so safe. All right, so let's go to my answer first. Don't mind. Okay, so what do you think about the first answer here? Okay, about this one. So in 2020, okay, this answer, what is your take? Can you help me to submit your answer in the Zoom chat? So this is the one. Let's go through again. Can I have a couple of minutes for you to read through now? Is Singapore able to effectively manage the issue of problem? Fei Ling, I don't think why your teacher mark is so wrong, so low. Sorry, I quite disagree. Maybe because of that handwriting that you have. I'm not sure. Did your teacher say anything? Later we discuss. Remind me, okay? We'll go through the paper, okay? It's like last week we went to see, right? Okay, so please kindly read this. And then we do the first question. Okay, let's go. Read silent reading. And choose 5 or 6 words. Done? Okay? Fading and Siran done? Okay, let's move on. So the first one is we're talking about the front ground, middle ground, background. So same from now on, whatever you will see any pictures, there's also always a tree ground. The front, the middle, and the background, and the 4 corners and the center of attraction. That is this one. Okay. 最重点, the focus. And now we're talking about source A. What is the source A talking about? Source A is say that what is the message of the source? Explain your answer using details. Let's go. Can the two of you please type in your answer now in the Zoom chat? Don't take too long. I give you only the most maximum 6 minutes. It's a very easy question now, please. Let's go. I gotta get something first. Wait, I give you the questions first. So at least you know what's the question about. Wait, Okay. And then I give you the background information. Wait, wait. Oh, so Siran, this Friday you're doing history, right? Oh,
Geography.
geography, sorry. If history will be good, because history also using more or less the same 70 to 80% of the skill set. Yeah. So and what you say, music and literature, English literature? Oh my God, why you the same as me? I love literature too, especially Shakespeare. But sorry, there's only one book I don't like in Shakespeare. It's the Romeo and Juliet. I don't like that one. The rest, my favorites. You like prose or poem?
Poem.
Oh my God! Seriously? You also like poem? Oh my God. When I was your age, I wrote a lot of poems. Yeah, seriously, I love poems. Simran, can you change again? Can you put the message of source A? Don't put the message of the source. Remember to put the message of source A. Is that Singapore is not doing enough to tackle the problem of the property. This is evident from the source A. Remember, we put a fun source. Some teacher will be very stuck out and very funny to say, which source are you referring to? Okay, so please be more specific because they ask you for source A. Therefore, you put source A, okay? Which shows the Singaporean stand on the low edge, struggling to breathe in the water that represent property with only its nose above the water, surface of the water. Okay, thank you, Siran. Are you not going to change? You don't put source A?
Okay.
You just highlight and then just insert the A . Yeah, better, right? Correct 看得比较清楚，对吗？然后还有一个呢 ，This is evident from source A.
Because I thought the source.
No. I know. A lot of students have no. Please. 你现在是一个律师 you are the lawyer defending your client. You must be proper now, not a pro now. Okay, I'm very, very fussy on this one because yes, it is so important when you go further study in A level onwards, you will understand why I'm so 这么啰嗦 so naggy. Okay, please. You are not just to pass your O level here, right, clown? Correct, bro? You are the clown, not the clown. So do it. Come on. Thank you, I'm very fussy, Thank you. 菲林好了吗
Almost.
Okay. Wow, I didn't know your school got CCA for kayaking. It's cool, man. Thank you, Xingran. Just wait for Fei Ling, You better take a flu medicine before you go for exam, Xingran. You take the Zyrtec flu medicines of this Flumasil. Okay, take Flumasil. It will help you also. I think it's pronounced Flumasil. I think it's this one, Flumasil. Yeah. All right. I'm going to review my answer soon. Fei don't send to the individual, send to the group, please. So everyone can see. Don't mind you send again. Don't send to me, send to everyone. Please read the Fei Ling's answer as well as read Xingran's answer. I like the word tiptoes. No wonder your writing skills for your sources is so good. You are so powerful in your English. Good. You can use the merger, the word MEARGRE. Who is the they? My grandmother or my grandfather or his grandmother. My grandma and your grandma sitting by the fire. My grandma and your grandma will put a bed of fire. So which one? They. Don't use the word they. Be more specific. Okay, see, you listen. But they are actually struggling due to the fact that they are above the poverty line. Hello? Who is the they? Correct. Singaporean. And then through they need, okay, because you already say these Singaporeans are not given any help, even though they need it. Okay, because you mentioned Singaporeans, so that they need it is okay. The matter of resource property. So okay, let's read on to this answer. Where is my answer? Okay, let's go. The message of the source. Can you read? No? Can The message of the source is that the not enough is that there is not enough is done by the Singapore living in poverty. Okay, right? Is it the correct answer? Yeah, correct. Yeah, source A, right? Yes. Okay. So this can be supported. Always write that. This can be supported by the source that show a man stepping on the low wage. Yes, both of you got it correct. In the water with their nose barely out of the water, or which is you write tiptoe, which is labor poverty line. Well done. And asking if anyone is going to help him. Evidence, this shows, or this proof, this suggests. In verity, this suggests really, right? This suggests that not enough is done to help Singaporean living in poverty, and Singaporeans are suffered due to low wages and struggling to survive, but no one there is to help. Well done, both of you. You got full marks for this. Now let's do the question number 2 here. Hey, might as well I give you all the question here, easier, so that you no need to do what, to keep looking at it. Okay, so source B and source C, to what extent source B agree to source C? Agree, So please look to agree these two sources. But before that, can I give you this one here? At least you can read these two sources, okay? And the best part is if you can, guys, cross-reference. You may start now. So study source B and C. To what extent will source B agree with source C? Explain your answer with 6 months. I agree with source B agree with source C because then the next paragraph, Fei Ling and Xingran, source B does not agree with source C because, okay, let's go. Tomorrow I stand up, if I sit down, I will fall asleep. The best if you can cross-reference. If not, don't cross-reference. Remember to check your evidence. They're asking you, do you agree? What source C say? So source C, is it negative or positive? By looking at sources, it's actually neutral. According, I put the I there, right? Source B is a positive. Same thing when you're done, submit your answer. Guys, hurry up, okay? 5 more minutes. Are you done? No. So you must have two paragraphs, one agree and one not agree. Okay, so what about not agreeing? You tell me agree, right? So what about disagree? Siran. Unless you tell me you want to write like that, that's all. I'm okay with it.
With the message is cannot be longer than 100, oh no, 1000 characters. So I have to.
Yeah, that's why I say understand. That's why because there are some students, yeah, that's all. I don't want to answer the not agree. So I'm just asking to reaffirm. So you need to type the second paragraph, type again, no problem. Yeah, but you never so failing you say which support in the fact that external parties such as the government play a great role in investing. Therefore, you must use the magic word. Therefore, source B agree with source C in terms of what? You must put the word therefore. Then of course the second paragraph, however, source B disagree with source C. I'm reading now. Wow, this shines a positive light on this initiative and brings about the idea that the fund alone is able to solve the issue of poverty need. Wow, this shines upon you. You're using the teacher, huh? Damn it, man. Cool, man. You 来了，你忘记 use a magic word. Task, therefore, correct, you must write that. Because of that, you will not get full marks because of this. Okay, we want to see, okay lah, you argue, then hello, excuse me, what is the thing? Therefore, don't agree. It's just like your son asks you, your daughter asks you, Mommy, I would like to go out this. I want to buy a cake for my friends, and I also want to buy a pen, and then after that, I want to go walk. Therefore, Mommy, do you agree to let me go? You see, you must have that conclusion, the link. Therefore, hence, thus, to one may, to like that, dun, 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 the final sonata. Must talk to her like a music people. That's different. What you call her? I call her M. I call her MSL. What is MSL? Music, Sports, and Literature. Oh, that is called MSL. Or you can call her matured sexy lady. Oh my God. Okay. Sinran, waiting for Sinran to give me the disagree, all right? Because for undergraduate, I used to take history, literature, to all the way to my A-levels. Okay, so yeah, I enjoy literature a lot. Okay, let's wait for Siran, then we'll go through the answer. Okay. You see, you're right very well, but I don't worry for you, Feeling. May I suggest while Sira is writing, typing, Feeling, why not you write one sentence, leave one sentence, leave empty and one sentence. Your handwriting is not ugly, it's really awesome, very nice. Okay, wait, I read now. Yes, correct, Siran, well done. 太长了，你的 code 不要太长哦。不需要扣2次啦，but OK 啦，OK。If you have the time, I don't care 啊，it's OK 哦。I would say this show that the Singapore government 比较 more specific, OK, see right? Okay, Singapore government has provided sufficient assistance to Singaporeans. Okay, fair enough, because you mentioned Singaporeans, so it's understood that's the Singapore government. That's all. Yes, okay, okay. Let's hear and let's see the answer. Okay, when you see that this is a 1 mark, source B will disagree with source C. Source C is by the Straits Times. You see, you also can use the prominence. Source B is by the Straits Times. Okay, can use this to if let's say really you by this type of cross-referencing itself, you get 1 mark already. While source C is 1 Singapore. Okay, this is a okay, agree and disagree. Okay, and source B will disagree. C will claim that there are 3 things. Okay, if you use this, see, well done, you got 1 mark. But we don't do 1 mark question, of course. Then you have to talk about similarity and differences, right? Which is like a question of similarity and differences, agree and not agree. So this is the point. So I'm not going to talk more about this one. I go straight to here. Source B, okay, will agree with source C in their views about that poverty is an issue that is affecting Singaporean. I think both you got it. The stand, make the stand. Source B claims, write down the word, write down in the footstep wherever claims that poverty is an issue. So when you're talking about claims, you're talking about Medisave, Medishield claim, medical claims, education claims. This one will be the claim for poverties, like for financial assistance. And also you can claim for like awards and things like that. Source B claim that poverty is an issue that affects Singaporeans. Inference, and this can be supported. Always write this, this can be supported, this can be supported. After you quote, you must put this by the source, by which source, that states that by the source C or B, you see? That state as research, blah, blah. Okay, this one, well done. See right, you quote. This shows that poverty is an issue that affects Singaporeans as a significant number of the population cannot cope with the cost of living. Cope, Okay, so similarly, right, if you are agreeing, I'll write down the word similarly. Also can use that. Also, source C also claims that poverty is an issue that affects Singaporeans. This can be supported by the okay, this code I don't talk to it, to show it. This shows that poverty is an issue that I like the one you say the shine the lights on it. This shows that poverty is an issue that affects Singapore as a significant number of population cannot cope. Okay, so your manage should say this. You got the mark. And what about the differences? Source B would disagree because it's different, so disagree with the C in their views. Okay, in their tone also can. In their purpose. Okay, right now in their tone, their purpose, their views with regard to whether the help provided is sufficient. Obviously, we no need to look at all the sources. Let me stop here. We don't need to look at the sources because this question goes to the ERP, go to the COE, go to the BTO, build to order flat, go to the medical bills, go to the subsidies of certain welfare in Singapore. There will always not enough and not sufficient. Therefore, we need the NGO, the non-government organization, to come in to help. So, but because of this one, they are raising a voice to tell people, hello, excuse me, 我们很穷的哈，虽然有政府的资助 helping by the government, but 我们还是 cannot breathe. Okay, Source B claims that enough is done to help those who are living in poverty. Enough is done, but not 100% is done. This can be supported by the source that state that this measure will be abide, blah, blah, blah. Okay, this evidence, evidence. Evidence means quote. This shows that enough is done to help those who are living in poverty as the policy implemented will be able to help individual. Not enough. Okay. In contrast, Source C claims that enough is done to help those who are living in poverty. Okay, it's still the same. But what this can be supported by this, okay, a macro level, there's an urgent need, you see. Both are agree that it help, but they are disagree in one is saying enough, one is saying it's not enough. Urgent need to re-examine the role of the government individual responsibility and adjust wages so that everyone can earn an income or EKE. You heard this word, right, Fei Ling? EKE? Have you heard of this word before? Okay, I just type see this word EKE 就是为了三餐而生存 ，eke a living. Okay, you can use this word to eke. Just a new word. It's a very nice word to use. To eke a living. So before I forget, Fei-Ling, your prelim English is what? What's the grade?
A2.
Can tell. What makes you go down to A2? Is it your listening, comprehend, or oral? LC. Yeah. Don't. I don't blame you. If I go for O level, Uncle Raymond will feel my LC. Because my year now also got problem. Especially the last one I heard was horrible. The reason that last one, the only read ones are horrible. This can be supported by the source that states that, okay, that done already. This, where is it? This shows that not enough. This says that not enough is done to help those who are living in poverty as are not paid enough. And the government's intervention is needed. See, you need a purpose level. I told you just now, what is the purpose? The third paragraph. What is the purpose of it? Next questions will be, let's see. Study source D. Okay. So now this one we done already. So out of 7 marks, both of you will get 6 marks. I will not give full marks for this one. Because I'm not a real marker for SS. Okay, so I'll give 6 marks. Well done. You got 5. You got first one. This one not bad. You have 2 of them. The one 5. So this is 6 marks. So you got 5. 10 marks already. Out 11 marks. A1. So let's do D. Okay. Let's do D. Okay, what does D tells you? D say how far does source D prove that not enough is done to help Singaporean living in poverty? My dear two leaders here, 两位宝贝, please remember source D proof. Source D does not prove. And if you can cross reference to either source E. So source D is what actually a negative, right? That does not help. Remember about the no Haida, right? No Haida. Last week we read the no Haida. Just only a few days ago, no Haida. So it does not prove why. Because it can cross-reference to the other sources. I won't tell you which source, but you also can cross-reference to prove that it really is not enough. Okay. So at the end of the day, why you can third paragraph to say therefore it does not prove, because for me I will put does not prove lah. Okay. Back to you, this question. You got 10 marks out of 11 already. Actually, I choose this as SBQ. It's all the style that you're going to test. Agree and not agree, but only thing there is no inference with purpose. That is a 6 mark. Okay, so I choose the agree and not agree, proof or not proof, differings. Okay, after these questions, we're going to go through Fei Ling's essay. Oh, the weather is so hot. Please cross-reference with other source, please. Don't, if you don't want to cross-reference, can, but the marks will not be so good. But at least you can cross one reference for proof or not, or the other one for not proof. Oh, so fast. You can say this shows that the family put that Nohaida. You can bracket it Nohaida. Okay, see, right? And mention the source D. And you forget to put D again. Mention the source D is suffering greatly from poverty. Hence, well done. You use the magic word thus, hence, and therefore. More efforts is needed to help Singapore a poor to tackle source D. Therefore, source D prove that it is not enough if you want to. Therefore, it is to tackle their challenges, and source D prove that it is not enough to help Singaporean. Okay, let's talk about not proof, but you did not do a cross-referencing for this source, Singa. Okay, Fei Ling, thank you. Wow, I like the way you quote. She admit that it is difficult. What? Can you add a few more inside your difficult now? So the difficult feeling is very ambiguous. You know what I mean? It's difficult to what? To become a millionaire. 废话. You know what I mean? It's difficult for Uncle Raymond to grow hair. 废话. It's difficult to make Uncle more handsome. No, it's okay. Uncle Raymond can be ugly. Thanks. Okay, never mind. Continue. Fine. I'm reading. Wow, to proportionally match the cost of living in Singapore. Because you have a powderful English, it really help you to have a powderful sentences. 我是在讲 powder 不是 power. This shows that although enough to sustain them in this economy. Hence, well done. But you see, this is supported by source C. Okay, thus this shows that you also must explain. This suggests that, okay, you don't put that full cross-reference, then you did not explain why you use source C to support your source D. even though it's correct code, but you have to further enhance, ensure, and enable that to convince the market, okay, you understand why it is important because I cross-referencing that show that it's not enough to prove my stand. Hey, what about not proof? Miss Fei Ling, do you say not proof? Not yet, you're typing on.
I'm still typing.
Oh, okay, thanks. Oh, I like the way you say it's unreliable, Siran. Has it contradicted by source B? Oh, good one. Oh, good. To address the needs of what? To address the needs to curb poverty. Okay, Siran. 你看到吗? Effective in helping the poor Singaporean to address the needs to curb poverty. Hey, sorry. This is evident from there. What the 33266我去买马票. Okay, well, I think you're there. Well done, Siran. If you can, you add one more. Okay, why? You say, therefore, it is not, therefore, it proves that it's not. Why? Due to what? I love your last, Singran, awesome. I will have give you full marks for this, Singran. Singran, are you there? I will have give you full marks for source D, proof that not enough is done to help Singapore. I would love to give you full marks, but I'm sorry, I will be a bit biased because to be honest, you are not wrong to say that. I don't want to confuse your mind, Singran. Please listen, 我不要污染你的思想。Okay, because BBC is no doubt is very true. Sometimes BBC do have hidden agenda. Okay, 不好意思啊。Okay, I feel that from my Uncle point of perspective, or Mr. Uncle Raymond perspective, because sometimes when they put certain news, you might take it as a pinch of salt. You know what I mean? Like, 这是芝麻绿豆的. But true, I agree. He bring out these is actually to create the awareness, attention, and alertness to the people in Singapore and the government. It's not just a bed of roses. Not everyone 就是丰衣足食的. There's things like that. So I agree with that. I do agree with that. Okay, well done. The last one you can give you, if your teacher will be good at examiner, I like copy this entire one. Singran, very, very good. Very good. I'm reading your answer, Fei Ling. Oh, genuine financial problem. Yes, it is true. That's why there's a mean testing. You know it's a mean testing right now. You know it's a mean testing. You know it's mean testing? Hey, you all do math, right? You know it's mean testing, right? Simran, you know it's mean testing, Math, 你 E-math 没有读 mean 咩? Average means and ratio and what? Average mean and what? 你没有读咩? Mean test, mean, MEAN, mean. Average mean. Oh my God, seriously, next week your math lab, seriously. Okay, mean testing is to take everyone, average, all, to see the average who has like anything that is less than $3,000, I will support all the poor people. Anything that's above 3,000, I will still support a feeling, but only certain percentage. But if the mean testing is too high, like $8,000, of course, no need lah. You have enough to pay, correct now. So that's called the mean testing. Write down, if you're still not sure, Google it. What is the meaning of mean testing in Singapore? It's to test that the affordability for people, okay? This one must write, this one sometime may come out, okay? Mean testing. And I'm still reading halfway, I lost my track. Oh, this shows that help is being extended towards not just Singaporean below the poverty line. Wow, I like both. One is proof, the other one does not prove. Oh my God, both answer is so bloody solid. I like that. Well done. In fact, your answer is much better than my answer. Let's see. Let's go. Whoa, my God. Jesus Christ. That is, wow. Wow. If like that, you're right. I'm very happy. Okay, let's go. I make it bigger, don't mind. Okay, 180. Okay, we don't talk about this one already. This one is too much. You all are there. Source D does not prove that not enough is done to help Singaporean living in poverty. Source D claim that comprehensive help in okay, correct. And then this one talked about this Nohaida. This shows that enough is done to help Singaporean. Okay. This one does not prove that it's not enough, but it's enough to prove that Singaporeans are receiving help. But just that she got so many kids, 她自找的. Sorry, I didn't mean to be nasty to her, okay? This is one of a very typical case, Fei Ling and Xingran in Singapore, to be honest. Not many cases are like that. There are a few, maybe a handful, less than 20 cases or less than 50 cases, but it's not justified enough to like those like in US or in China, like few hundred or thousands, then that is a big issue. Okay, so source. Okay, so you say that let me see. This shows that enough is done to help Singaporean living in poverty as individuals who are facing financial difficulties are receiving help from not just the government but also community. So there is enough, not just the government, so the NGO help. So next one is say that source D prove that enough is done to help Singaporean living in poverty that cannot be coped. This can be supported by sources. No one can live in. Okay, so this is a proof, correct. So if we further read based on, you see, this is the answer. Okay, this is the answer, right? Emo? Wait, Okay, wait, okay, this one. So okay. Let's look at this one here. Prove and does not prove. You see, based on cross-referencing, source D proved that not enough is done to help Singapore living in poverty. Source D claims that, okay, this one we repeat, then you say cross-referencing to source C. You got cross-referencing to C, right? Anyone cross-referencing to C just now? I think have, right? Okay. Source C claims that not enough is done. Wait, let me see. Is it you, Xingran or Fei Ling? Who cross-reference C? Hello, can tell me, please? B is for you. No, nobody calls C. I thought you have. I'm looking at your answer. Sorry. You must see you ma? 你讲 C 菲林 Where I want to prove that you got C. Where is it?
The not enough.
哪里? The last paragraph.
The first one.
Where is it? I can't see. I'm so sorry. I'm very OCD. Where is it? Not enough. Fei Ling, I can't see. Can you send again? But where do you put C? I don't see there's a C there 咧。
It is.
没有啊，我没有看到 C 啊。Source D prove that not enough be done. This is submitted when this show that. Where? 你看有没有？没有是吗？
This is supported by source C, which states that
Wait,
there is
wait,
an urgent need to
wait,
re-examine.
this is supported by source C. Where is it? I can't see. Oh
It's
my.
in like the 7th last
1,
line
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
from the back.
Hey, what the hell? How come I cannot see? Can you both for me? Can you use the both for me? Seriously, I got problem looking at your this. I need to see where is it. Sorry, Run, hold on. So when you both for me, I'm going to continue to read. This can be cross-reference to source C's that claim that not enough is done to help those who are living in poverty. This can be supported by the source that states that the macro level, I think you can say that. This show that not enough is done to help those who are living in poverty as individuals are not paid enough and the government interventions is needed. Source C, since source C supports source D, write this, source D is reliable. Hence, source D proved that not enough is done to help Singaporeans. So since source C supports source D is reliable to prove that it's not enough to support the government, to support the, not the government, citizen. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Okay. Thank you. Because the C you put small capital, not capital letters. So sorry. Got you. Thank you, Fei Ling. So next, does not prove that the enough to help is Singaporeans. Does not prove that enough is done to help Singaporeans living in poverty. Sourcely convinced, okay, by doing so here, it helps that international community who are concerned about the issues of poverty, which is the BBC, right? Xingran, that's what we're talking about. Will pressure the Singapore government, you see? So there's an agenda for it to do more to help those who are living in poverty. So BBC is like a judge, a global judge, a global 法官大人 that want to make a 打抱不平 is like 包公 like that. Since the source is published in the article titled Hidden Poverty Problem, it's like the BBC, right? It's likely to be okay, a bad light in order to convince the people of the severity of the situation. Hence, it is biased, source, and not very reliable. You see? Hence, it does not prove. Okay? BBC. So you see, now I told you right. It's not always where am I? Sorry, where's my answer? See, source D is published in an article like this. It's very likely that it will present the situation in a bad light, which is not true, right? Based on your contextual knowledge and your general knowledge, that Singapore government has done a lot to help convince the people of the severity of the issue. Hence, it is biased source and it's not reliable. Hence, it does not prove. Okay, bias. You see, bias. The last one, this one. Source D proved that not enough is done to help Singaporeans living in poverty. Source D hopes to convince the international community who are concerned. You see, proof. This one is not proof. This does not prove. So you can have two answers. So just now, Xingran say does not prove, right? Correct me. Is it Xingran? Let me see. Oh, Xingran say proof, and Fei Ling say does not prove. So this one does not prove is based on you, Fei Ling, okay? And now proof is based on Xingran. Xingran say that Xingran, okay, this one according to Xingran's answer as well. Source D proved that not enough is done to help Singaporeans living in poverty. Source D hope to convince the international community who are concerned about the issues of poverty that Singapore has not successfully managed the issue. Okay? By doing so, it hopes that the international community who are concerned about the issues of the poverty will pressure Singapore government to do more help those who are living in poverty. Since the source is by BBC, right? According to Xingran also, right? Xingran, you also write BBC, a third party, a neutral party, it is very likely that it only hopes to shed light on the issue and help bring about positive change by spreading awareness and alertness to the existence of the problem of poverty in developed countries like Singapore. Since there is no vested interest, right now this word, since there is no vested interest, it is likely to be objective. Hence, is reliable source that can prove that not enough is done to help Singaporeans live in poverty. So right now, the word vested interest, I have no vested interest. I don't earn anything by reporting this. I don't get a single dime or a dollar and cent from this report. In fact, I'm speaking the truth, and there is the truth that the first world country has so many people, poverty. Your so many is how many? Your so many, 10 is also many. To us, 10 maybe not many. Maybe to you is many. Or even 100 is maybe something like that. Just like COVID, if you happen to come across a question like COVID in your coming exam. So if imagine Singapore, for Singapore, 10% to die of COVID is a lot. But for China, 10 people to die, feeling is like, huh? Hello? 1.4 billion. 10 people is nothing, correct? Right. US 200 million people, 10 people die. But Singapore, 10 people is a lot. Cannot, no? Because you only got 5 million people, 10 people is a lot ratio, something like that. Imagine every week 10 people die in Singapore during COVID. So, wow, very scary. I think we hit about nearly 200-300 people, if I'm not wrong. So well done, Singran and Fei Ling. So one really used proof that it showed that because I'm biased, right? Yeah. So you're right, Singran, you got this mark already. 7 marks already. You also got 7 marks, Fei Ling. So you see, the answer can be two-way, right? Correct now. And then it's not based on just prominence, but the purpose. What is the purpose to prove? What is the purpose to prove that it's true or not true? So why do you need the purpose? Because you want to make sure that, is it vested interest, not vested interest? Is it what do you call any hidden agenda? What is the ultimate motive of saying that? By saying this, will I gain some benefit of it? Will I debase it so that I can win more voting? Let's say if it's an opposition party, by saying that, will people 同情票? Will people come to vote for me or win my frames and popularity in order to make myself for the next elections or for maybe for the next wave of some support, something like that? So therefore, this is a good platform to show proof and not proof with a purpose. So when you see a 7 marks answer like that, for goodness sake, you know there is a purpose. Or even better still, the tone itself. The tone can be, for this BBC, is sarcastic, but it proves there's the tone to show that, hello, do something lah. Your first word, and yet you see people this. But isn't it better than we are talking about if you are going to England, if you ever visit England or London, you know there's a lot of people on poverty. Okay, thank you so much. We have completed this. So the next 2 answer that we're going to do for this coming Saturday will be more on these two this. We done ABC already, so now left D and E. But before we move on to D and E, we'll talk about this one here. In your opinion, what are some ways in which Singapore is vulnerable to negative economic impacts of globalizations? Please write down, are you ready? Number 1 is due to COVID-19. Number 2 is due to negative economy is when brain drain. You know what's brain drain or failing? 欣然，你懂什么是 brain drain 吗？I hope I type wrongly. I type rightly. What type wrongly? Oh my goodness. Brain drain, brain. Yeah, I type wrongly. Type correctly lah. Yo, what am I talking? You see now I've blurred already. You know what is brain drain? I will feel very sad if 2 of you have become professor and then you're supposed to work in Singapore. Then some other country say, come, Fei Ling, I give you more better benefit. Come, Xingran, come to my country. And can you imagine all the people that train in Singapore are so expert and so good Fei Ling and Xingran. 每个学生每个人才在新加坡全部都跑掉了，这叫做 brain drain， 明白吗？如果 brain drain 的话，有人来新加坡吗？人才跑掉了。You know what I mean? The people like you run out of other countries. Do you think people want to invest in Singapore? No, right? Hello? Do you hear me, Siran and Fei Ling? So a lot of nurses in Singapore are being well trained. You know nurse护士对吗? A lot of well trained. You know what happened? A lot of country knowing that the nurses in Singapore are so good, they start to call them to their countries. They give them citizenship, they give them all these things, and definitely you will have a negative economic impact, 对吗? Who the hell is going to take care of the elderly and the sick and the poor and the sick and the elderly? 明白吗? Okay, so one of them is being drained. The other one is more like you mentioned about tourism. Nothing wrong. I don't understand why you got 4 marks. Okay, let's read on. So Siran, what do you think? What kind of negative economic impacts of globalization will affect Singapore?
Negative economic impacts.
Yeah, like what? Give me two. Explain your answer with 2 new reference to 2 ways that will affect negative impact.
So firstly, wait, let me think.
Okay, you think first. Let's read spelling your answer, please. I tell you, I show your handwriting to my godson and my nephew. They will be, oh my God, this is so wonderful. Fei Ling, please, serious. Why don't you use blue pen now? Well done. You realize that blue pen is different, no? Oh, correct. Blue pen is better, right? So you write 1 line. Can you be in exam in your English also because you usually write like that, right?
No, this one is like I rush in 10 minutes, so my handwriting doesn't usually look like that.
Freak you, man. This is rushing and it's so nice. Imagine you don't rush, your handwriting is.
Wait, I'll show you the normal.
Oh my God. Yes, Siran, what are the 2 negative? 想到了没有?
Well, first of all, Singapore may face competition with other countries,
Like what?
such as Malaysia.
No, the negative economy effect, like what? Malaysia, like what? Based on what topic?
Yeah, like the competition, like, so that there will be less like employment opportunities for individuals, and also local companies will also face competition with other like international companies.
Yeah, but correct. But when you say face competition with Malaysia, right? 是
Yeah.
在哪一方面? Which area?
Well,
好像比如说你说你跟你朋友
no,
competition.
actually, I think like the competitors with Singapore is actually Hong Kong, like
Yeah, compete on what? Compete on
compete on like
power.
finance industry.
Yes, correct. Compete on finance or import or export, you mean by ma? Or the trading or you know what I mean? Or transportation. You get me? Yes, finance. Okay. Yes, Fei Ling.
Usually looks something like this. Wait,
Too near,
let me-
I can't see.
wait, I'm
You
gonna
want to
turn
take a
off.
picture now and send to me?
Wait,
This
just
is your normal handwriting, Oh my goodness. I love your F and your Y and your G because the way you wrote is exactly like my way of writing. Seriously. And my advice to you well done. I love the handwriting, man. Why don't you, when you write this, 你写一行 leave 一行? Because you know why? To be honest, it's very nice, very neat. But 你这样看people thought it's Arabic. No racist, please. You know Arabic write like that, right? Yeah, but it's very nice to be honest. Siran, you agree now?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Right, come, let's read your answer. One of the negative economic.
one of the negative economic effects come from the lack of tourism to the country. Recently, places such as South Korea and Japan have been trending places for travelers and many young people to visit due to globalization. Over social media platforms such as TikTok and Instagram, it is not uncommon to come across videos of influencers visiting these places. Due to this influence, many young people have begun to plan trips to these hot tourism places due to the effect of globalization.
No,
Singapore,
this is not due to the effect of globalization already. This is due to effect of the social media based on technology already. Because this social media is not really 100% links to the negative effect of economics. People look at the social media, pay attention everyone. People look at the social media because they want to go to the country because they are using social media platform. You have to use this because of this social media platform. They kind of entice them with some benefits of going to the country. 明白吗, Feeling? You cannot say because of social media, they give the negative impact of Singapore. Not true. Do you know because of this social media, a lot of people saw Singapore, wow, with a lot of good things. I watch a lot of TikToks, Facebook, Instagram. In fact, they say a lot of good things about Singapore. Of course, they will say, wow, Singapore food is so bloody expensive. I'd rather eat in JB, in Malaysia, in where, rather than eat in Singapore. Okay, so does it really affect the economy of Singapore? Not really. You get me? Like just now, 欣然讲的对 the really economic impact is financial hub. You are right. Singapore is very competing with Hong Kong. Yes, and of course, you're also competing with like Europe. But true enough, Japan is also one of them. But I agree with Xingran. Then you're using Singapore is competing with Hong Kong. Hello, brother, competing with Hong Kong with so many things. 哪一个东西 you must be specific. Is it trading? Is it import export? Is it the DOCK, the dock 那个码头，还是那个运输的 trading transport， 还是 financial hub， 还是 banking hub， 还是 education hub? Carry on. Singapore heavily.
Singapore heavily depends on the surge of tourists during holiday seasons to generate revenue and stabilize the economy. For example, during the lockdown in 2020, Singapore suffered massive hits to the economy due to the lack of tourists. Due to the influence overhyping the experiences offered in countries such as South Korea and Japan, many people want to experience their cultures for themselves, which puts Singapore at risk.
You are not wrong, but maybe the way you rephrase it and the way you structure it is not correct. Did your teacher explain to you what went wrong? No, right? Very sad, huh? Very funny. They just want identity back. Because there are 40 over students, one by one explain to you. Did you go and approach your teacher now?
Yeah, but then he never replied.
Wait. You approach your teacher is by what? Face to face or what?
Over text, because I didn't have time.
You over text and he didn't reply to you at all. This is not acceptable. No, sorry. This is, to me, if I'm principal, it's not acceptable. As a teacher, you have to do it. No matter how busy you are. So you see, when you WhatsApp me, I really reply to you. I take effort and I enjoy when my students send me things. Uncle Raymond, I got something to send to you. Can you park for me? I was like, actually, I was very tired and sleepy and FML. You know it's FML, right? It's not F my life, right? Then when I see, oh, got people send things to me, I'm so happy. Do you know what went wrong due to the influence of what you say? Overhyping of experience. This is nothing to do with economy, the negative economy. You should say due to this, okay, influence of social media may cause some ripple effect. Get it? That may have a kind of biasness or people views the country differently. Because the platform social media can create negativity and positive to a certain country, no doubt about it. But it will not have a negative economic effects because the tourist has a choice to present it. But if you say the lack of tourists because it's due to what? COVID-19, they have a negative effect, then it's acceptable. 明白吗? Correct. Hey, wait, excuse me. Fei Ling and Xingran. Does it mean that you watch TikTok, you will not eat the food or not? Imagine, you know what is 茶粿条? You know what is 茶粿条, right, Xingran? 你有没有吃过茶粿条?
Yeah.
有吃过哦。如果讲哇，这个是香喷喷的茶粿条在后港啊，那另外讲不要吃这个后港的茶粿条，烂的要命啊。那有些人吃到哇很好吃， you know what I mean 啊？The platform, the impact of it is not the overhyping. We can do the overhyping. Okay, next question. No, next question, next paragraph, sorry.
Another negative economic effect is caused by the fall of multinational corporations. For example, many major companies such as Dyson have located their headquarters in Singapore, generating millions of dollars in income every year, which boosts Singapore's economy as local workers are hired, and the country will also be able to collect tax from these major companies. Singapore also partners with many multinational corporations to facilitate the trade market within the country, which is another significant part of the economy. If these corporations fall, Singapore will suffer devastating impacts to its economy.
You're shooting yourself on your leg, Fei. First, you say that Dyson come to Singapore, right? Correct now. If you say Dyson come in Singapore and retrench and then fall back to their country, then it's a good negative impact. But you say Dyson came to Singapore and then say because of this, if they don't come to Singapore, there will be a negative effect. Then you must mention right now, you must mention that this multinational company will come to Singapore. After investing, they decided to move out of Singapore. Out of Singapore got 3 reasons I write down, please. One is for retrenchment, one is because of cost of living, and the third one is competitive advantage. So if Dyson can go to another country, that is much better because of competitive advantage. In Southeast Asia, no country can beat Singapore in terms of knowledge. But because of competitive advantage 就是 rental 啦，菲林，就是他租那个 factory 比较便宜在 Vietnam。可是他们的人 the expertise may not be strong, right? You know what happened? Hey, all the Singapore Xingran, hello Xingran, hey, hello Fei Ling, hey, hello, come to Vietnam and work. That's why it's called brain drain. So instead of working in Singapore now, Fei Ling, you're flying to Vietnam. Get it? 那新加坡的人才没有，而且又没有公司在新加坡 then bye bye. That's a negative economic effect. Fei Ling, you really understand. I know where you come from already. You use it, but you did not twist and turn to your supporting argument. Siran, are you understand, Siran? Take note, that's good for sharing. Now you understand why? Your answer is there, but you know you have to twist and turn. Wasted, you will get another 2 marks. 明白吗? Seat facing. 明白吗? If you have more of this question, please forward to Uncle Raymond and look through. And please, if you lost the paper, don't be stressed. I can't find, I die. No, don't stress. Don't stress. Okay, let's look at this one. Do you think the positive impact of globalization on culture outweighs the negative impact? Siran, do you agree or not? You agree? Question properly. Hello.
Outweigh the negative impacts.
Fei Ling, you say disagree, You say disagree, I read already. Yeah, but I disagree with you, I disagree with you that you disagree the sentence. You disagree with this, but I disagree. I agree that the positive impact of globalization on culture outweighs the negative impact. I agree with this statement. So how about you, Professor Li Xingran? You agree or not agree? 记住文化 culture 是文化对吗？
Yeah.
华文是文化其实这个 globalization 带来文化更上一层楼对嘞。Well, your argument, sorry, the last part may not be, I wouldn't agree what it is, sorry, I will not give you full marks for this, but okay, let's read your answer, please. Siran, you think about it, let's go.
One of the positive impacts of globalization is the sharing and blending of cultures.
I love this one. You realize they bracket, I love this. Branding and having and bonding. Please talk about McDonald's Samurai Burger. I love it.
For example, McDonald's in Singapore launched a ninja burger every year that takes inspiration from Japanese cultures.
はい、こんにちは、また。ありがとうございます。美味しいですね。
and suiting them to the taste of Singaporeans. This burger was very well received by locals, which spread the Japanese culture far and wide in Singapore.
You see the way they underline, you see, which spread, you see, widespread, right? Spread the Japanese culture.
Raising more awareness for different cultures beyond that of our own in Singapore. Another example is the popularity of Korean pop in every part of the world, which spread the Korean culture and shared it with the rest of the world. More people grew to appreciate the Korean culture. And there was also recently a movie called K-pop Demon Hunters, which became the most successful film that Netflix has ever released due to the positive impacts of globalization.
No, I recently watched a Korean drama called The 12. The 12 生肖. It's by a very big guy, that guy who is Don Lee. You know, very big guy, when you punch people, the fella can fly. You know which one? Hey, you watch K-drama also? Do you watch the Squid Game, part 2 and part 3? Oh, my son is crazy for it. Squid Game. Actually, I need to learn Korean also. Very nice. I like your example. You're using Japanese and Korean. Very good example. And we also can use, okay, later I explain why I say I pro. Next question.
However,
However,
one negative impact of globalization is a dilution of some cultures. For example, with the rise of popularity in K-pop, many youth have gone to the extent of learning the language, yet they barely know their own cultures. This is dilution of local culture, especially in youth. This dilution of local culture, especially in youth, is concerning because it threatens the extinction of less popular cultures, or those that are commonly looked down upon by youth. If this continues, our future generations will not be able to appreciate their own cultures as they will not be taught about it.
carry on, I believe.
I believe the positive impacts of globalization on culture does not outweigh the negative impacts as it is less urgent. The priority should be on
Wait, as
preserving,
this is less urgent, is it?
yeah,
Oh, that word is called urgent, okay, because it's 潦草, sorry. Like, carry
the
on.
priority should be on preserving, raising awareness, or spreading lesser known cultures so they will not go extinct in the future before it dies out. As I believe the negative impacts are more devastating and more urgent, I do not think that the positive impacts of globalization on culture outweighs the negative impact.
So, Xingran, after listening to Fei Ling, do you still think positive will outweigh negative, or you don't agree?
I'll say I agree with the statement that the
Why?
impact of globalization
You
outweighs.
explain to me why you agree that the positive outweighs the negative.
So firstly, globalization can bring like lots of benefits to the culture, such
Mm-hmm.
as it brings like the spread of culture. Like globalization brings about the like advancement of technology, which allows individuals to learn about other cultures more like conveniently. And also the globalization also allows to allow people to have some shared sense of culture. For example, many people watch movie by Marvel, by Hollywood nowadays.
But that's Western culture. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, but like people around the world will develop a shared sense of culture by watching all these movies, and thus the world like will become more united and promote the harmony. And there are also negative impacts of globalization on culture, such as loss of local tradition and culture, dilution of sense of culture. This is because um, the introduction of foreign culture, like such as uh, the Western fast food culture in Singapore, like more and more people is adopting Western lifestyle instead of traditional Singaporean lifestyle by choosing to eat in restaurants such as McDonald's, KFC instead of like Singaporean type hawker centers. This will dilute Singaporeans' shared sense of culture in hawker center and thus cause loss of authenticity of Singaporean culture.
Authenticity of cultures of Singapore. Singapore don't have authenticity of cultures. We actually have rojak culture. Rojak 就是 buffet culture. We have mixed culture. Okay, fair enough. What else? That's all. So therefore, positive is better lah.
No, however, I still believe that the positive impact still outweigh the negative impact of globalization on culture. This is because although the spread of different cultures may cause the loss of diversity in cultures, However, the loss of diversity of culture will promote the harmony of the world, and thus maybe reduce like the conflict between people, between the countries, and thus the world will become more peaceful and develop like different cultures and countries can cooperate with each other like more frequently, and thus the world can become a better one.
Hear the word, make it better place for you and for me and the entire human race. My cousin who sang this song, you know who not? Michael Jackson. Yeah, stop laughing at me, Fei Ling. Why you racist? My cousin cannot be Michael Jackson. He sang this song, Hear the Word. Wow, 你把我抢进镜头了嘞. You took all my line already, 欣然. So no need to say already, bye bye, good night. Well said, well said. So, Fei Ling. The reason because of globalizations, please write down, I might thought already forgot. Please pay attention what I'm going to say now. The reason of globalization that is in a positive notes, positive position and positive platform is number one, because of globalization, it widespread the understandings and the tolerance and the appreciations of culture. In the past, without globalizations, everyone have their own hybrid, isolated cultures. Everyone's believe their culture is the best, believe their culture is this. But after globalization being open, people have a wider range of spectrum, a wider range of circumference, a wider range of choices to see that, hey, actually this allows intermarriages. In fact, in the past, under the Mongol Empire, the Chinese Empire, the other Roman empires, you realize the positive impact of globalization at that time in the past, for the present now, and the future of globalization. Culture will be always positive because it's not just diluting. Yes, we need to know our roots, our Chinese. We need to speak Mandarin. We need to be Chinese. We need to wear the traditional cheongsam, the qi pao during Chinese New Year. We need to know that we need to wear certain hijab or the sarong during Hari Raya or sari during Deepavali. But do you know, because of this understanding of cultures, like my son feelings, my son have a lot of Indian. So this coming Deepavali, he's going to wear the sari, the Indian costume culture, to go and 拜年. The same goes to people because of this globalization. There are people who understand each other culture. And the main thing, the culture is related to religion, not just related to race. Because it's related to religion, people will have a deeper understanding. Oh, 原来你的 culture 是这样的. But because before globalization, everyone thinks that, it's being cocoon. You know what's the meaning of cocoon, feeling? That means it's being locked out. But because of globalization, it opened up more doors to see the different perspective of culture. And then because of that, we have these hybridizations. We have cross cultures, meaning that during Chinese New Year, Qingge procession, Qingge 专义大游行, they will have the mixture of the music. Until during the National Day, Singapore National Day, you can see the song, they got these different musical instruments, 对吗? Feeling. We got the 古筝, then the Malays musical instrument. So I would feel that the positive really outweighs the negative. A few negative I can mention is feeling, of course, the delusions of culture. Yes, there is a reason why feeling that the Taliban, the terrorists, so-called Taliban, the Muslim, the extremists, they feel that bloody hell. Because of this, they erode their culture. So they become a terrorist to terrorize this Western culture. And seriously, feeling, I cannot take it out when girls in Singapore wearing leotards or clogs or no, that kind of clothing. I'm still very conservative. Our culture is still 那种保守的. Okay, so this is what I feel, because you realize two of you listening, you realize nowadays, sorry, I'm not against sexist to girls. You realize like that day I went to work in Tanning Mall. I was in the train and this group of people are going for F1. And this group of young girls like your age, the way they wear is 外国人, 老外. The way the few girls wear, I think I cannot take it. It's horrible. No? It's literally horrible. It's like wearing a plastic covering their body only. A piece of very translucent plastic. I cannot take it. The way they dress, the shorts, the pants. So this kind of cultures, yes, will have a negative impact to Asian cultures. We have the so-called 三从式德 保守 ，which are not until 保守到好像那个塔利班整个那个女孩子好像 Star War 这样啊，那个大卫的看不到她的脸啊，那个就是 very extreme already. Okay, so therefore, I hope my explanation to tell you why I'm very pro and supportive positive impacts of globalization, because it kind of will help me to understand better for other culture, so that it can embrace with my culture, then I can have understanding their culture in a deeper impact, not a negative impact. You know why it's failing? Because your generations are failing as singer. You guys are more mature and more educated. Back 50 years ago, nobody liked China culture. You know what I mean? When people want to buy China product, 完蛋 confirm spoiled 的。可是现在你看 BYD, Oppo, Lenovo, you name it, the culture has transformed with the technology. So I feel that because of globalization, it opened the world. Of course, it's up to you, right? Feeling you're educated enough to say, oh, this. But imagine 50 years ago, when this type of opening, no, you'll be left with a lot of negative impact. Okay? So this is my stand feeling. So I hope you get the answer. Right? I'm not going to mark you down because of that, but of course, your argument is there. Well done. Okay, I hope you all understand my perspective. So Siwan, good. I like the way you mentioned about this positive and negative cultures. So more or less, you know how to answer this. So feeling, finally, I clear your what do you call your doubts on your question number 6. Cannot? Did I clear your doubts now? Sure. So now you understand. Very seriously speaking, to two of you, remember question 6, when you give two supportive, you make sure you must have strong evidence to prove why you choose these two. Okay? And then when you use it, you must use a so then now. So this is a point, then this is an example. How can this example convince the marker that this example that used here will have a negative impact, like multinational is very important. COVID-19 is also one, because first thing in your mind, guys, Singapore is a small country. You need the 5M, the manpower, the money, the machine, the material, and the top management like Mr. Lee Kuan Yew. Get it? So if you have more of this paper for me to share next 3 lessons, by all means. So just a quick one, guys. Go back. We next week, this Saturday, we're going to go through. So this Saturday will be 10. Okay, so this one completed already. So this Saturday, 18, will be 10:30 to 12. The good thing is now I have both of your handphone WhatsApp. So if there's any changes of time, good. Then during the Monday holiday, I will see how, because I may have 2 or 3 meetings. So Tuesday 21st, please tell me Tuesday 21st, do you have anything? Or if not, then we do on Tuesday, okay? No need, don't worry, okay? We'll talk about it. One day at a time,